Hello, welcome to another collective reading. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone today and I'm going to be doing the reading from my backyard. Hence why I'm a little more quiet. Let's move this over here. Okay. So thank you guys for being here. I'm feeling super shy. Maybe this will be like an ASMR reading. We'll see how it goes. But right now, I do want to open up the space a little bit. So wherever you are, if you want to set the zone, set the space, grab whatever tools you like to have, crystals, incense, set your space. And if you're ready, we'll get started. Maybe grab your journal. I am going to start the reading pulling some oracle cards first, and then we'll go into a little bit more specifics with the tarot. So I am also acknowledging that there might be some interruptions, some background noises, and just asking for permission from the energies and the keepers where I am, where you are. Asking for permission to hold this space and asking for our guides, angels, and ancestors to be fully present with us, and for the collective guides to share some insight that they have for us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And taking a few deep breaths, if you're here with me, just to get into the space. Visualizing a golden egg around us, our aura, our toroidal field, being surrounded with this golden light, breathing it in to our lungs, into our hearts, and exhaling, inhaling. All right, now that I actually feel a little bit better. So let's start shuffling these cards. Once again, asking for permission from our guides, angels, ancestors, seeing what message do they have for us today. I kind of just wanted to see what came up. What do we need to know? Today's Monday. So what do we need to hear today that will help us set the tone for this week? Okay, we have 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Okay. So the colors are coming up first is yellow, orange, red, blue. So if we start with red having to do with our sense of safety, security, our root chakra, our energy center that keeps us connected to our purpose. The color orange being here, connecting us with our sacral, our energy center of creativity, of passion, especially if you're a woman, of being connected into our femininity. The color yellow coming up for our solar plexus, our center of self-confidence, abundance, and blue being here for our throat, our ability to, actually it's dark blue and light blue, so our throat and our third eye. Pretty much all of the energy centers are here, because we also have a little bit of purple in this card. Red, kind of purpley blue. So let's get started. The first card is talking about feelings of regret and knowing that we cannot change the past. So I feel like this week we are going to be faced with some challenges, with some thoughts might come in. We might see people from our past that are going to help us reflect on our past, and the challenge is going to be to not fall into the feelings of regret, because then we doubt, did we do the right thing, did we make the right decision? So remembering this week that remembering always that everything happens for a reason. The next card that we have is talking about abundance, and remembering that there is no limit. There is no limit to what we can do. This card says abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I do feel that there's also a reminder with this card to have more patience with ourselves, because when we think about the wording of I can manifest whatever I desire, it's human nature. It's in our programming that we've been raised with to want things instantly. We're able to call each other now instantly. We're able to have our food instantly. So with abundance, there is some fine-tuning that needs to happen with our patience as well. And the last card that's here is peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So as we navigate this next week, when we are reminded of maybe the things that we're not happy with, the progress that we haven't made, remembering that we haven't finished yet. We're still in the race. We're still walking. There is still so much work to be done. And instead of falling into the energy of regret and getting stuck in that loop, let's come back to the feelings of abundance. And if we feel like there is something blocking our abundance, trying to sit with ourselves for a little bit and noticing, where are we feeling the negativity? Where are we blocking ourselves? Okay, so now that we have that general message, I do want to go into our tarot cards to see if there's anything else that our guides want to share with us. What else? The feeling of being vulnerable, I feel like, is coming up for me. Like we are going to need to practice our vulnerability this week. Okay, what else? So let's do a message for our mind, body, spirit, mind, body, soul. What message? Little shake. Mind, body, and soul. Yeah, there's okay, there's definitely a message about keeping our thoughts in mind and practicing being still with our negative feelings and remembering how to cope with them in a healthy way, how to transmute them, how to see them as a tool, a learning tool, instead of something that's holding us back. Message for our mind, we have the 9 of Swords. So remembering that we're almost there, we're almost healed, or at least this layer that we're in. I just watched the movie Shrek yesterday, and so I'm thinking of the layers of onions and healing, self-growth, spiritual growth. It's all about the layers. And so this current layer that we are unpacking is we're almost to the completion of this lesson, of this layer. So during the week, as we have these maybe regrets, as we have these doubts, remembering that everything that didn't happen, it truly, truly happened for a reason. Even if we can't explain it right now, we don't see the benefit of it, try to focus on the fact that you are still here. You have come out of this situation, out of this layer, out of this lesson, a much more confident person. For our body, we're being asked to resting. We have the Four of Swords. So the swords are still emphasizing that, hey, there is some energy of your thoughts that are affecting your physical body. So if you are feeling tired and drained and heavy, think about what thoughts have you not allowed yourself to process, that you are still holding on to those because we don't want to face the pain, we don't want to face the sadness, the confusion, the anger. And our soul is asking us to feel comfortable enough with where we are in our physical life, in our actions, to remember that we do have the tools, we have everything we need to continue on with our growth, to be the King of Pentacles. That's the card that's showing up for message for our soul. So allowing ourselves to bask in all of the hard work that you've been putting into this layer of it, and allowing yourself to kind of relax a little bit, to enjoy it. And I just feel like, once again, of course, always focusing on the positives, focusing on the lessons, on the tools that you've been able to carve out of this layer that we are in. Okay, I want to pull 3 more cards just to get some final bit of advice for this week. Now let's move into advice. Some advice, please. Let's get some advice. Advice for the collective from our guides, angels, ancestors, guardian angels, healing spirits, our animal guides, our plant guides. What advice do you have for us for this week? Advice. Okay. So this same card came out last reading, the Three of Swords. So there is a big, even for the new moon, this card came out as well. So it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be mad, it's okay to allow ourselves to not be so clean cut all the time, and making time for the self-care, because we have the 9 of Pentacles as well. And here's another 9, another completion of this layer, but we are being asked to practice the ability to feel 2 different emotions at the same time. Like, yes, you can feel sad and feel the 3 of Hearts and work through the grief, but also, once you have had enough of the crying or the anger, then you can come back to the 9 of Pentacles, and you can come back to the abundance and the things that actually are working out. So being able to see both of those emotions and both of those polarities, to start to be more comfortable in those. And once we master this polarity, this ability to be in both sides of it, we're going to be able to complete that lesson. 10 of Wands, total completion of spiritual lesson, spiritual growth of that layer. So yes, lots of self-care. Definitely, I definitely relate to being in. It's so interesting how when we go through these life-changing times, we do feel grief, we do feel sadness, because we are leaving behind what made us comfortable. We are leaving behind what was familiar to us. So we are sad, we are scared. But at the same time, we're so happy to be on this new journey. We're so happy to be growing and building. And so allowing ourselves to be in the polarity, in the everythingness of it. Because that's what we're all working towards. So that is all I have for you guys today. We just finished a new moon. Full moon is coming up on the 24th. So if you guys would like to join me live on the 24th, I will be doing another collective reading, and I will have some time at the end to answer any specific questions you may have. And I wish you guys all the best. And I thank again the energies and the keepers of the territory where I am, where you are. Thanking our guides, angels, and ancestors for being here, for supporting us in this space, for bringing us together. Asking for the space to be fully closed, for us to return back to our own energies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you guys at the next one.